All right, Evan. Can you tell me about how we were able to gain the support of parents when you were teaching in year two?
Sure. As a team, we sat together and we recognised that the students' numeracy skills were quite low and we needed extra support to get the students up to speed. We approached you and we found, in order to find out how we might be able to best support student learning, your suggestion was that we get the parents involved in running the Box of Facts program. We sent a letter home to parents and we managed to get 3 parents to help. You took them through each part of the program, from testing to implementing and note taking for the NCCD, as these children were on individual learning plans. We found that this gained momentum and there were more parents looking to find out how they can support their children at home, which was great. It's a great initiative you started, and so much so that one of the mothers went on to do the Learning Support Officer course after spending some time doing the Box of Facts with the students.
Oh, great. Can you tell me about how about the presentation I gave to the positive behaviour for learning, or the PBL team,
Yeah.
in terms of the student wellbeing?
Sure, the presentation you did for the PBL team was based around ensuring student voice was a part of our approach. I remember you bringing in the student data you collected in regards to the noise level where the students line up. It was really good because it allowed the team to take into consideration the students' perspective and how they thought the problem could be solved. The students then came up with some good suggestions, which we ended up using. It was also really good that you brought up student voice, as it is an important part of our school census data and something which we have been working on as part of our wellbeing policy.
Excellent. So, what sort of ICT have I been able to introduce to St James during, I guess, your time here?
Sure. The 3 main ICT elements that you've brought in have been ClearTrack, Class Creator, and MFACTS. Each of these have taken time to become school-wide approaches, but they're now consistently used across the school. You spent a lot of time walking staff through how to use each of them. Initially, some staff did struggle with using ClearTrack. However, once you showed them how to access the data and make focus groups, they were happier. MFACTS has been a bonus when teaching multiplication. I really like it because you showed both staff and students how to use it, as well as the expectations of being safe online. The parents have been given positive feedback, and it's great to see them involved in their child's learning. Since the demonstration, I've felt that I have the strategies to know what to do if a child misuses their MFACTS account.
Okay, great. Are there any other ways I've used ICT with the staff?
In planning, we use the online pre and post maths tests which you created. These are great as they are based on the curriculum and give us accurate, timely data. They have helped staff with focus groups and knowing the strengths and weaknesses of their students. You've also shown us a number of different ICT resources to use when planning lessons, which the students find really engaging. You've also shown us how to select and create ICT resources during remote learning through the use of Seesaw, which was very helpful in keeping the students engaged. You even encouraged us to make maths videos of ourselves during lockdown through the use of Screencastify, which the students were able to re-watch. Your support helped me improve my teaching practice, and I hope to keep up these skills when the students return from lockdown. All good.
Okay, Evan. Can you talk about planning and how I support teams with auditing the curriculum?
Yes, each term you go through with each team and audit the maths curriculum together, and we evaluate the effectiveness of each unit. The termly audit allows you to guide our thinking and to consider the best sequence of learning for the following term. This often ends up being a robust discussion as we try to link our units around events such as the Olympics.
Yeah, great. How have I supported staff to make connections through mathematics?
Well, during our maths planning, we look at all aspects of the mathematics curriculum, which includes incorporating an Indigenous perspective. We look for connections where possible to involve the Indigenous community whilst linking back to maths. I know you worked with one of my students last year who's Aboriginal. She looked for ways to include, and you looked for ways to include Indigenous perspective to support her with her learning, and she found this to be an uplifting experience.
Yeah, it was great. It's also really good to be able to support, well, I guess the LSOs with that as well to help her. And how have I supported professional learning and diversity within the school?
Well, last year you organised an after-school professional learning for staff to better understand and engage the diverse cultures we have within our school community here. Many staff found this to be highly insightful and were able to use the strategies back in their classroom and differentiate for each of their students.
Yeah, we certainly have a very diverse culture at our school, so it's a great opportunity we have in front of us. So thanks, Devin.